Hello again. Welcome back to 9 Years in China, old Kenny. Hope you're enjoying the channel so far, and don't forget to subscribe. I got lots and lots of little stories, and like some videos are going to be small, some of them will be bigger, but lots of things to talk about. And since my last video, we were talking about how I found a jacket in China that would fit me. I thought I'd keep on the subject of cold weather. It gets cold in China, just like if you're in the right region, yeah, you're going to freeze if you're not ready for it. Like in my house, we had two heater air conditioners, look like those kinds in the hotel, the long rectangle kind, and that's what you got. If you want anything else, you had to go out and buy a space heater or whatever. And the classrooms in Fuyang, no heat whatsoever, no air conditioner. If it was hot, you had a few fans on the ceiling, and you had to just tough it out. And we're getting into right around Christmas time, and in China, that's when the semester final testing, semester tests are beginning. And so around Christmas, you're kind of full bore into testing. And the week before that we needed to do this testing, I was in class, and I could see my students. They were covered up like this and wearing toboggans, and it was just damn cold. I mean, really, really cold. And it was not supposed to get any warmer. When it finally gets cold in China, it'll stay that way all the way, usually through the winter holiday. And it'll just get cold and stay cold. And I was really worried about my students, just being uncomfortable, and I'm teaching an oral English, a spoken English, and I can't imagine them feeling like talking, so I got this wild idea about testing. Now my test is mainly over pronunciation, so I had a list of words, had all the different sounds of English, and I had a paragraph for them to read. A simple test, really. But I was just worried about them being able to take the test, not freeze to death. I was worried about my kids. So I went and asked my boss a question for the following week. I told her, I said, my boss's name is Helen, and I said, my students are freezing to death, and I got to start giving them tests next week. I want them to be comfortable and enjoy taking the test. Would it be okay if I had the classes come to my house and we would test at my house? And I told her how I wanted to do it. And the teacher's apartment, my house was, only a couple hundred yards away from the school building. And she said, sure, yeah, whatever you want to do. She's cool, a great lady, great lady. And so starting the next week, you understand, I had 11 classes and about 525 students. So I had a lot of people that had to be tested. And I would invite part of the class into the house. I had a great big living room, and they could sit around and watch TV, and then I would bring them one by one, into my office room for the test. Now, during this time, I had got the help of a little girl from the neighboring college that I knew. Her name was Vicky, and you'll see a video about her probably soon. And she was a great help. And I had another one of my students, after I tested her, I wanted to test her first so she could help. Because what we're doing, we're running people in and out as fast as we can. Remember, we got this Monday through Friday, basically, to test everybody. A lot of people. 525 college kids is a lot of people. And so we'd bring them in, we'd do the test, and send that one out, and then we go Shaiga, the next one coming in. But they were warm. They were happy. I had some little snacks for them to eat and everything. And give them something to really talk about. Getting to take their test in the teacher's apartment. is a big, big deal. But it just goes to show you, necessity was kind of the mother of invention with me. If I saw a problem, usually they let me do whatever I wanted to do to make it happen. You know, I don't think they really cared what I did or how I did it, as long as I did it and I got it done. So anyhow, think about this. Think about all these freezing girls mostly. Could you imagine going to school with no heat or no air conditioner, for one? And you go into their homes and you might see them. I've gone eating in these homes during the winter also, and you walk in the living room and everybody's wearing a jacket, for one, because it's cold outside. They're wearing a jacket inside, and they got a big old space heater. It's the only heat they got. All their other rooms are shut off, and so the whole family's in a room with a little space heater. You know, they don't want to pay the high electricity bill. And I think that's another reason my kids are always sick. The whole time I was in China, it seemed like they always had a cold, and they always have to go to the doctor for this and that. And just being cold, you know, could be a good reason for that. But anyhow, give you something to think about, fuel for thought. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, okay? And don't forget to subscribe, and we got something else coming soon. So we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. 回头见。